Hello and welcome to clip number 6 of the Project 2019 series. Now we've already put in our tasks here, and what we're looking at now is the duration and setting up the time for each of those tasks, or the estimated time that we think they're going to take. Now project has got durations of minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, and this of course will depend on what type of project you're doing. If, let's say, we were building a power plant, then we might have a project duration of maybe 5-6 years. If we were developing software, we might have a length of maybe 6 months, or if we were going to be re-roofing a house, it might be maybe 3 weeks. Okay, so the duration period really does depend on what the project actually involves. Now we are going to be working with days. Okay, so it's a building project, so we'll just stick with days. Now you'll see in the duration column here that we've got 1 day, question mark, and that's what's appeared in all of them. Now the 1 day question mark is the default duration that project will enter in when you create a task. And the question mark is there to remind you that it's the default value. If we wanted an option of 1 day, then we would obviously have to say 1 day and the question mark would disappear. So every time you see a question mark in duration, it's basically the default value that's there, right? So you'll have to look at that and say, right, is that 1 day, or have I made a slight error, or have I forgotten to put the duration in there? So let's start. Right, so clearing the site, that's going to take us 5 days. Now we've got two ways of doing this. We can use the up and down arrows here. By clicking on those, we can increase the duration, right? So I've increased it to 5 days. Notice that the question mark is now gone. Okay, so that's 5 days. Dig the foundations is going to take us 3 days. Now, I can again use the up and down arrows, or I can just type in the number 3. Oh, there we have it. That's very good. That's our 15 minutes up. So it's now asking, do I want to save my changes to the building project? Okay, so this is my autosave function that's just appeared there, and I'm going to click on yes so that it'll save it for me. Now, as I was saying, dig the foundations is 3 days. I can use the up arrow to increase it to 3, or I can actually just type in 3, hit return, and it will change that to 3 days. Now, by default, Microsoft works in days. So, if I type in the number 3, it'll give me 3 days. If I typed in the number 20, then it would give me 20 days. Obtain cement and sand is actually going to take us 1 day. Okay, so we can change that. If you're using the up and down arrow keys, then you need to go up to change it to 2, and then click down to change it back to 1 day, or just type in 1. Now, mix the concrete. It's going to take me a day as well, so we'll just go for a day there. Lay foundations, we'll say that's going to take us 3 days. Now notice I'm just typing the numbers in this time and hitting return. Obtain the kit, well, that's actually going to take us 3 weeks, right? But it's 3 working weeks, so 3 5's 15. Remember, Saturday and Sunday are not counted, so that would be 15 days. Erect the kit is going to take me 10 days. The plumbing and electrics will take 15 days. And other finishings are going to take 3 days. Okay, so I've got my durations in. They've not shown any question marks, so that means that I've actually entered them all in. and we've got a start and finish date here. And you'll now notice that the Gantt chart is showing the bars representing the number of days. So ClearSight's 5 days, so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 days there. I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days there. That's 1 day. That's 1 day. That's another 3 days. Right, now this is 15 days. Okay, so I've got 5, 10, 15. Doesn't count Saturday and Sunday as working days. Okay, here I've got 10 days, and so on. Now, the other thing you should notice at this point in time is that all the bars are starting at the same time. Okay, so obviously that's not very feasible, right? So we can't clear the site, dig the foundations, and obtain the cement and sand at the same time. Okay, so obviously we've got some sort of ordering or structure that we need to impose on this, and that's what the next clip is going to look at, is right how we actually order and structure those in a realistic manner so that we actually get some representation of the duration and the time of our project. So as I said, as I keep on saying, again, thanks for listening, and we'll be looking further at scheduling in the next clip.